Ben, first, just how are you doing, and what's just the recovery process like for you?
I'm doing well. For me, the recovery process is, it's never fun, but it's one of those things that I've just been locked into since, having this injury, and then every day just trying to get better and get back on the floor.
Jock mentioned about how beneficial it's been just to kind of have you around these guys. I know these couple of weeks have been tough, I'm
Yeah.
sure, not being on the court with them, but how has just the team kind of rallied around you and the organization?
It's been good. Guys just allow me to work and try to get back, and that's really been, my day-to-day, just every morning waking up and getting into the gym and rehabbing and trying to get back on the floor as quick as possible.
I know you've obviously dealt with a bunch of injuries,
Yeah.
dealt with the back a bunch. How frustrating have the past couple of months been?
It's probably one of the most frustrating points in my career just because, I want to be out there and help my team win and compete. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things that's a part of sports. Not every game's promised, injuries happen. Unfortunately, it happens. So for me, it's just focusing on what I can do now and doing what I can to get back on the floor and, contribute.
When you got banged in that, I think it was the game against the Bucks.
Yeah.
Did you think initially that it was something to do with this, or did you think it was just going to be a few days? Because I know at first you guys thought it was the hip thing.
Yeah, no, I kept playing through it, honestly. It was the next day that kind of, locked me up. So I wasn't too sure about the moment because Coach kind of looked at me and said, "You good?" And I said, "Yeah." I just kept playing, played through it, and then it was the next day feeling it. So, but, everyone's been supportive. Coach has been great. Teams have been great, and training staff.
What have you been able to do right now? I know the team said you're doing individual stuff, but what are
You answered the question.
I guess you could say.
No, I just started on court stuff, move around, get some shots up. So just start from the bottom, working my way up.
Have they given you any kind of timetable as to when you can return?
No, if it was honestly, I wish it was a sprained ankle. It's one of those things where you just don't know with time. But we've seen a lot of progress, which has been a good thing and very positive.
When you say it that way, do you mean because as you ramp up, you could have stuff flare up again, and you have to kind of ramp back down?
You just never know. Like one day might be a little better than the other. It might, it just depends on the days and how much you're pushing yourself. But we've been doing a great job in terms of watching how much load I've been working on and how much I'm pushing through. So it's been good. So I'm very confident. I'm very positive.
Did the epidural you got a couple weeks ago, did that make a big difference?
It made a difference for sure, and started to see strength come back and things like that.
Did it feel different? I know you said initially you thought it was just like a regular hip injury, but did it feel similar or different to the past nerve impingement?
It felt a lot different in terms of pain-wise, in terms of where it was going. So it was a new experience for me to just kind of feeling out where it was. Then obviously having the scans and things like that solidified that. So
Have your doctors, the team doctors, said this could be a lingering issue, or is this just a one?
I think the plan is to get healthy and then continue to play.
What did you feel like you learned about where you're at in those first 6 games?
I think I was pushing myself to the max. Numbers-wise, the numbers I was hitting on the court. I'm not a small guy. I'm not 6 foot, 180 pound, whatever it is. I'm a 246, 10, and I play with a lot of speed and force. So it's one of those things I just got to be cautious of.
Did you feel like you were getting closer to the guy you were before you had to deal with all this
For
stuff?
sure, for sure. And I think this is just another step towards that. For me, my mentality, I come in every day and try to get better and try to get myself back on the floor. So, I got time left, and I'm looking forward to getting back out there.
When you see this team right now, obviously when you were with them, they were running and gunning and doing a little bit more. But just when you see what they're able to do right now, like what stands out to you, and what do you see just kind of where they are at this point?
I think we've got a long way to go, obviously. But I think we're doing well, given, the things that have gone on early in the season with injuries and things like that, having clacks out and guys out. But, no, we're on the right path. I think, everyone wants to get better. And everyone's holding each other accountable.
The team said you'd probably be reevaluated in a couple of weeks. Just when that day comes, 10 days from now, whatever it is, do you expect to be cleared to resume practicing?
I have no expectations. I just come in every day and work, I think that's one of the things about, having injuries like this. I've known not to, put too much pressure on the exact date or whatever it is. It's just continue to get better and get to a point where you can play.
You and Jock have had a close relationship. You talked about how you guys have, grown this offseason. Just what have the conversations been like with him in these last few weeks, just about what you're going through?
Yeah, for me, just staying in context. When the teams are playing, when on the road, when I'm not traveling, I'm rehabbing here, just communicating, talking about the game, what we can do better, how can I help the team, and things like that. So I think that's just always going to be, what it is, and we're going to try to do everything we can to win. And that's one of the things that I love about this team. Everyone's, able to talk and communicate, and everyone's able to listen. So,
All right, guys, thank you.
thank you.